Good afternoon. If you recall, last year, this time, I spoke about the transformation of the company, of the group, as we reorganize ourselves to prepare for the next 10 years. And many changes have occurred since then. We have gotten into a new setup with lines of business. We spent the last 1 year retooling ourselves, doing the tech pivot, and getting operations and technology to work together seamlessly. We have operationalized Certis Central at 6 Commonwealth Lane. And now we have fully built up our tech capabilities. In Singapore, which is our core market, we have scored big wins. We won the one enforcement contract, which I call this the mother of all enforcement, because it is a combined award by 3 government agencies, URA, LTA, and HDB. Certis beats many technology incumbents at the Changi Airport to win the next generation access control system. In Hong Kong, we grew by a hefty 32%. And over the past 2 years, we have doubled our business. And we're very proud to have won the Discovery Bay contract. In Australia, SNP, or Sydney Night Patrol, officially became a Certis company on the 6th of April. This merger and the merger of SNP and BRI, which we will be doing in the course of this next year, increases Certis' Australia footprint to a $300 million a year business. That is about 30% of our total business now, giving Certis the scale to challenge for the #1 spot. With the acquisition of SNP, Certis now operates at 2 of the top airports in Asia, namely Singapore Changi Airport and Sydney Kingston Airport. I spoke about tech pivot. But as you know, a pivot is a change of direction, but not as in where we are heading, but how we engage with customer. Because now our conversations, our discussion with customer, we will start to talk about how we help them and enable them, right, to harness the technology, the smart technologies of today, to change the way they do business and to allow us to provide for them technology, security, and more importantly, critical services that will help them to improve their business. Right? Where we are different is we are not the building contractor. We don't build the system. We deploy solutions that I will say is invisible to the customer. What we deliver to customer is an invisible technology solution that generates good outcomes for customer. So our technology is there. They work all the time, 24/7, and they will integrate seamlessly into operations. But you won't see it because it is embedded in the building and in the operations. So it's never about products or even tech solutions. It's about outcomes. How technology and operations come together to create those good outcomes. So when we first unveiled at the Microsoft Tech Summit, we blew away both customers and partners. And now we have not only many customers knocking on our door, but also partners who want to work with us to deploy their solutions to the market. So that is a very good win for our tech team. Over at Certis Central at 6 Commonwealth Lane, we have the Certis Living Lab. So it is in this Living Lab that you will see the technology solutions that is embedded and deployed. So when customers come to visit us, they are not going to see any boxes, any wires, any products, any software, but to see that the solution has been deployed and is at work, and to demonstrate how it is integrated into operations. The EBC, or the Executive Briefing Center, is an immersive experience for customers to witness Certis' invisible technology at work in a dramatic way. So this is where the conversation with our customers begin. A custom story custom conversation with every customer. We grew 170 million. We added 170 million in FY18. And this is up from the 120 million we added the year before. And so this year, we grew to just shy of $1.2 billion turnover. Right, first time we crossed the $1 billion mark. So we are able to do that, okay, because of the innovation and that we've introduced to stay ahead of our competition. Right? And with the acquisition of S&P in Australia, we will hope to push $1.5 billion in this new current year, 1 year ahead of our target 2020. This year, EBITDA is at a healthy 118 million, right, with margins at about 10.2%. It is very important that we keep our margins healthy, and we can only do this if we bring value to our customers. This is the reason why we need to transform ourselves, introduce Tech Pivot, and have different kind of conversation with our customer. The new conversations, Tech Pivot will give us the lead in to be able to continue to generate good margins from our business. But ultimately, obviously, we will still need to deliver quality outcomes at the end. And all of us here have a role to play to make this difference. Technology can do so much, but the technology is in the hands of us. We deploy the technologies, we maintain and upkeep the technologies. Our job is to make it work seamlessly, and best, invisible to the customer. They never need to know where the server is, where the technology sits. They just need to know that it works and it produces good outcomes. And we will need to continue to do this. Having said this, competitors will continue to try to copy us, if not leapfrog or overtake us. So in 2005, we introduced M-Cube. That gave us a big advantage over our competitors who were at that time still selling man headcount. And then they caught up. In 2014, about 3-4 years back, we introduced BPRO. That's how old BPRO is now. Already 3-4 years. And you can count on it, right? That because it has worked and customers are queuing up to buy BPRO from us, competitors have copied it. Well, the best endorsement we have is that MHA has now appointed Temasek Polytechnic as the school to teach the rest of the security industry how to do BPRO. Yeah, we can feel proud that our BPRO has now become the industry standard. Right? But if they're going to teach everybody how to do it, then how are we going to be different? This is the reason why we need to move again, pivot, and to move and keep the gap between ourselves and the competition. So for those of you who attended MBA or graduated from business school, right, you will hear about blue ocean. That's what we have tried to do. We create a new space for ourselves that no competition can able to hit us. But no blue ocean stays blue for a long time, because competitors will catch up. Right? It's just like Apple's iPhone. Right? Now, so many different phones. Right? If you talk about Android phone, I think there are more than a dozen very successful brands in the market. And this will eventually be eroded, so we will need to find a new edge to maintain that leadership as the most advanced security company. Nobody monopolizes good ideas. There are plenty of super smart people around, a few notches smarter than we are, and the competitors will innovate, or even they can be very fast followers. They don't need to be the first, but they can catch up quickly. But to stay ahead, and why we can carry things out better than our competitors, is that we should be able to go to market faster, be more nimble the way we respond to customers, and get our act together to be better and to be faster. So to do this, we need greater agility, speed, and accuracy. We must do it right the first time. with the benefit of learning from the past engagement with customers, but we need to be better than the customer so that we deserve a price premium. So, now let me move on. What are the changes? This year, from 1st of May, we're going to make some more tweaks to our organization. The world moves very fast. We need to move faster. And we can. We have the first mover advantage. Right? Today, we are probably the most advanced security company. We need to widen that edge. So that, because we don't know, remember I said, we don't know where and what type of company will be our next competitor. And we need to be very good at the game. Last year, we organized ourselves into 4 lines of business and into markets. Having observed the dynamics of how LOBs work with markets, I think it is not optimal. It's good to have the strategic focus, but we need speed and agility to win in the market. On 1st of May, we're going to transform ourselves. Right? Instead of LOB, especially for the integrated services, we're going to push this down to the market. So CIS and physical security will no longer exist as LOBs. There will be no global LOB for security and for integrated services. They all will be rolled together under markets. So the goal of this is to put integrated services, our non-security arm, our security arm, and our technology under the market so that the market can integrate and to produce outcomes for customer that combines all 3 together. Hopefully, with this reorganization, we will no longer draw line. This integrated services is security, this technology. No. Customers should not be put through this. After all, if we do this, then why do business with us? You'll be same as buying for 2, 3 different vendors. But when you do business with Certis, you can be assured, single-facing, the rest is our problem. Technology is invisible. It will work 24/7. You produce the outcomes that you want. Right? Whether you need security, non-security, FM, whatever, we will provide it. One package, one fronting. So that's what the new organization is about. You see on the left-hand side, all the markets. Technology is slightly different. We're going to keep it as a global line of business because of the special skills and requirements to deploy technology. Okay, but we recognize the importance of having them integrated into the markets. So we're going to maintain the metrics reporting structure. Right, for the global business to help develop capabilities and for the market to integrate and orchestrate the operations. Cyber will continue to remain a very important and integral part of what we do. Okay? But the business model for Certis will be different. It will be different from what Quant used to do. So PSS, MSS, TCS, okay, that's the Quant business. You will be separated and you go and become part of Temasek's other portfolio companies. Okay, within us, cyber will get integrated into the services we do, whether it is in operations or in technology platforms. The other change you see on the right-hand side, we'll reorganize the headquarters. Going forward, the Certis global headquarters will be quite different setup from the Singapore business, Singapore market. It will be quite distinct, although there may be some areas of overlap where we use certain people to do both different roles. But increasingly, you'll find that the focus of the HQ will be to supervise all the businesses, whether it's in Australia, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, in Middle East, Malaysia. Hopefully, we also expand into other markets as we move to the next lap. The focus there will be on risk management, supervision, compliance, regulation, and this will allow us to empower our markets to operate more with greater autonomy. Right, and that will be the modus operandi for Certis going forward. We created a new organization called Group Technology and Operations. We have become a very large operation today at $1.2 billion. We have lots of infrastructure, IOC, Now with BPL Command Center, we're going to deploy a lot more systems to help us deliver our service. So all these systems are in-house systems, right? And TSB should not be bogged down with having, after develop this, they need to operate like a vendor. After they sold to you the system, they need to move on to do other business. So we need to set up a new organization to be the in-house operator of all these systems that we're going to build. In GTO, the main job is to employ, deploy, and operate technology. Today we have a problem. After we deploy a technology, we leave it as it is. 10 years later, it's still the original version 1.0. Every system that we deploy needs to be actively managed. We need to look into cybersecurity and a lot of other different aspects of improvement. So, just a few broad categories, what GTO will do. Advanced technology, whether it's AI, robotic process automation, cybersecurity, and technology sustainability, operations and sustainability. So these are the broad categories that GTO will be addressing. I mentioned about cybersecurity, and Kwan will be part of Temasek as part of the overall reorg. But within Certis, we're going to build up new kinds of cybersecurity capability. And these will be embedded into the systems we deploy. So let's quickly revisit our mission, vision, and values. We'll revise our mission. We must stay focused as a security company. That's what we started life as. That's what the whole market recognized our strong abilities as. And that's what will remain true to our core, delivering very high quality and standard of security service. Our purpose is as trusted partners. Trusted partners. We need a partnership with our customers. Long-term and dependable. The customer must be able to count on us. We protect lives and assets and deliver integrated critical services. Right? We want to do business with customers where security forms a very important part of their operations. So our vision, how do we see ourselves? What do we want to be? Where do we aspire to be? And the keywords there are advanced and integrated. So whether it's operating the facilities, making sure everything works, security system works, the man follows SOP, we want to be the most advanced and most integrated. And that's the reason why we want to be tech-led, and that's the reason for the tech pivot. We want to be integrated, whether it's ops, it's tech, it's security, it's non-security, everything needs to be seamless. So, we are going to introduce a new core value called courage. Reliability hasn't been dropped, but becomes an embedded value inside professionalism. Being professional means you must be reliable, dependable. What do we mean when we say, let us all be courageous, have courage? So first, we must take ownership and speak up. Question actions when it's inconsistent with our core values. We want all of us to be courageous to challenge the status quo with constructive inputs, knowing that it is worthwhile and it will be valued. If we take the right approach and have the right intentions, right, and something sounds wrong, okay, we need to say it. And just as we are encouraged and give courage to people to make suggestions, give inputs, we should also ourselves be courageous enough to receive feedback and be open to receive it and to act on it if it is something that is of value. We take smart risks and experiment with new ideas. That's how new ideas are born. Right? If everybody does the same thing, tested, proven, then it's not new. Because it's been proven by somebody else. But we need to do this diligently, consulting everyone, not recklessly. We need to do our homework. We need to take on that learning mindset when we encounter with failure. And that's the definition of courage. Hopefully with the new value of courage and with greater openness that we're trying to create here, more of you will be energized to contribute to shape the future. So to succeed at the next level, we will need all the talents on deck. We're going to remove the management, non-management divide. At least up to grade 10, everyone will be an associate. Associate or senior associate. So there's not going to be another barrier, you've got to cross over. And we also recognize that managing other people is not always everybody's cup of tea. And so we have a lot of very successful individual contributors. I call these professionals or specialists. We're going to start specialist career tracks, professional career tracks, to allow for advancement up to VP grades, okay, for these people who can be what I would call the master craftsmen. So overall, generally, you'll see more VPs as we need the management bandwidth to manage a larger business. Finally, I will end by explaining what we're going to do for the new year. We reorganized the work plan, our target, right, into a scorecard as follows. Right, there are going to be basically 4 primary sections. The first part is driving our business performance. This will be tied to profits, right, which we call EBITDA. But we don't want just short-term profits. We want a long-term tenure with customers. So there will be customer satisfaction, customer sensing management, and all that as part of the long-term customer tenure objective. And then transformation, you heard a lot about transformation this afternoon. Some of the big ones we are doing, the high-performance culture, we talk about courage, we talk about openness, we want people to step up. We talk about tech-led transformation, our tech pivot. We need to project their brand now across the world so that people recognize us, see us, and will call upon us. And then the supervision and risk management framework that will allow us to supervise business across the continents. And finally, people, we want to encourage everybody to work and be happy at where they work. So not only are we looking at a culture, remuneration, reward, recognition, and all that, but we'll also be looking also into workplace. And finally, increasingly more and more the present society, we need to give back to the communities that allow us to make the profits and help our stakeholders. Okay, in the nutshell, that's what I have for today. Question is, have you checked in? Right, we need everyone aboard. Thank you very much.